we was northeast. We was in the Greenmount area. They took us down to by Park Heights. So that gotta be what? Western? No, southwestern? No, southeastern or eastern? Southeastern. Man, it don't even matter. They took us down there off of Cold Spring to this district. We gets in there. They got us in different rooms, man. Yo, so I'm sitting in the room probably about 10 minutes. The whole time I'm thinking she gonna crack. Cause I know everything that we've been doing. I know all the dirty we've been doing, and I'll let y'all know about some of that stuff and some other stories. Leading up to. I'm on probation right now. And since I've been shot, my PO upgraded it to what's called VPU. Or was it VPI? Violence Prevention Initiative, VPI. Meaning, you get stopped by the police, they look at you wrong, they write you one of them little tickets saying, oh, I just contacted you, you jaywalk, anything you do. If somebody's they having a shootout and you coming out the store with your KFC and you catch a bullet, you on the bus and somebody stabs somebody up and you trying to get away, but he sliced you a little bit and you gotta go get stitches. Anything you do, violence involved, you're going to jail. You going back to jail. You gotta need backup time. You going back to jail on that VPI. So that's a trick. It's a trick and a trap. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we down in the district. They finally coming there to talk to me. Yeah, man. So what's going on? Nothing. Okay. He started showing me all these pictures. Got pictures of me outside the Chinese store. He got pictures of my man on the phone. He got pictures of me on the phone outside this store, one particular store. Got me on pictures got me on a bike. Supposedly one night a shooting had happened. So I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. He leaves out, man. So I hear him next door talking to my man. He come back in with this big chrome chopper, big chrome AK. Yeah, man, y'all out of luck, man. We found this under y'all sofa. So I'm like, man, if you don't go ahead, man. I'm like, man, that ain't mine. Get out of here. He like, all right. He left out. I heard him go next door to my man. Porky do the same thing. I just hear Porky bust out laughing. You know what I mean? Whole time still worried about Shorty. So they cuff us again, transport us. This time they take us to the Eastern District. So we get to Eastern. That's when they really start pressing us with these pictures, man. Showing me, they showing her. So they got us in this back bullpen together. You can look through the glass. They had a woman with bullpen right there in front of the desk. So she come out, the woman, when they go to interview her. And when she come out, man, she got tears coming down her face. I'm like, oh my God. They come back and, yeah, we charging all y'all with attempt murder. So we like, what the? So he like, man, anything y'all want to say? I look at him, he look at me, we bust out laughing. We like, man, where the ride at? They slammed the door in our face. Y'all charged with attempt. Slammed the door in our face. We in there laughing with a couple other dudes. We see her come back, still crying. Next thing you know, I ride there, the wagon there. We get in the wagon, she in there with us. So we talking through the other side to her. I'm like, babe, what they say? She like talking about something, you know, not. She got a cool attitude. Nothing talking about they gonna charge us with attempt. Charge me with attempt. I told them whatever. I said, cuz, what they told you? He said, man, they same thing. Try to talk about attempt. I'm like, yeah, what they talking about, man. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, why was you crying though? So I'm like, you sure that's all they said? Well, baby, you was crying. She said, man, I had to pee. And they wasn't trying to let me. I mean, the toilet in there was stuffed up. Shit was floating everywhere. So she kept it G, man. We end up getting down to the central booking. All our paperwork said possession of paraphernalia. So all they found in there was a strainer, some gel caps. That was it. Some stuff that we missed in a little clock, little scale. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, man, my heart was thumping because I just thought Shorty was going to give it up, man. But she didn't. So, you know, I was thankful for that. And yeah, man. So that happened. So after that happened, you know, we get a little walk through, go home. We see the house is trash, man. They poured water on everything. On our clothes, they kicked holes in the wall. They poured out ketchup and mustard in the sink, dumped out the milk all on the floor, man. The house was tore up. But hey, That's what I mean. That's what it is. What it is. All right. So, boom, we clean up, and that's that. You know, we talk about it, but it's not really too much to say. I already let her know how mad I was at her. You know, for the whole thing going down. I'm mad at myself a little bit. But, I mean, it was what it was. So, the very next week, I gotta go see my PO. And I told you what I'd be doing, riding around the dorm. So, that particular day, I don't know what I was thinking. I had a whole pack on me, right? In my dip. I think I was going to the car or something like that. But anyway, I had to go see my PO this day, so I ride down to see my PO. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking about. I had the whole pack on me. Got in the building, they do the little metal detector and all that. So I go, I'm signing in to see my PO. Dirty. So they like, oh, she not here today. So I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to get violated or nothing. So I asked him, is there somebody else that I could see? So the one lady like, no, it's all right. You know, I let her know that you came. I signed a little sign-in sheet. And then that was that. I left out the building. So I leave out, get back in the car, ride back up the street. I get halfway up the block, my phone ring, pick up the phone. It's my PO. So I'm like, hello. She like, hey, I just came into the office. Somebody told me that, one of my coworkers told me that you just came in to visit. And I said, yeah, I did. She said, well, you think you can come back? So I'm like, yeah, I can come back. It wasn't too far. She said, yeah, because I got some papers I need you to sign. I gotta place you on VPI. So, boom. I'm like, all right, how y'all come? Get down there, go into our office. So when I'm sitting in the office, I'm still dirty. But I don't think nothing of it or whatever. So I had on the long johns and my jeans or whatever. So it was a little cold out. So anyway, we sitting there talking, and she like, yeah, I gotta get you to sign these papers right here. So I'm looking at the papers, whatever. Like, what's this? Yeah, I had to put you on this because I got notified that you got shot. So you on probation, so now I gotta put you on this VPI. She explained everything to me, and I'm like, golly. So I signed the papers. She's like, hold on, I need to put it in the system. So me signing the papers and talking to her, all that took all of 2 minutes. I'm thinking I may be in and out. So she like playing with the computer. Hold on, it's coming on. I'm trying to get it on. Hold on. So I'm sitting here, and I start thinking. So I'm like, hold up. Like, yo, she on some shit. So I'm like, damn, can I go to the bathroom right quick? She like, no, just stay right here. It's only gonna take a second. As soon as she say that, put my hand in my pants, I get to dumping up pills. So I think I dumped them all out, right? For some reason, I put the bag in my pocket. I keep the bag in there, but when I'm dumping them out, a couple come out. So I grab them and put them in my pocket. So she don't see me doing whatever I did on the little slick tip. So I'm like, I really got to pee. She like, hold on, computer coming up. I'm like, man, I got to pee. So I straight try to get up and go, and all I can hear coming down the hallway, keys jingling. As soon as I stand up, police come in and grab me, throw the warrant on the table, boom. Yeah, you got an armed robbery warrant, you under arrest. I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, yo, she caught me. She put me in the trick bag, yo. So I ain't even think nothing about it. She caught me slipping. So they cuffed me, hands behind my back. I'm sitting down in the chair. So as I'm sitting in the chair, they searching my pockets and stuff. So they pat my pockets. And then they talking to her, signing stuff. And she asking me what's going on. They telling her what's going on. Why they talking? I'm like, shit, I got them pills in my pocket. I got the blow in my pocket, so I had the cuffs, so I reach around, and I'm able to go in my pocket and grab the dope. And I had my hands like this, like, you know how your hands be behind your back. The pills was in this hand, but I put them on top of this hand, so I had my hands concealed like this. So I'm like hands on the back, whatever. So I'm holding the pills behind my back, so they searching me. Whole time, I don't know. Now they going in my pockets, put my phone out, put my money out, go in the other pocket. I missed 2 pills. They go in there and pull out 2 pills. But I'm tape. She like, oh, you came in here dirty? I'm like, fuck, I missed 2. I'm mad. I'm so heated. Like, take me to the wagon, take me to the district. I get back to the district, yeah, they go on the same tip that they was on before, questioning us, attempt this, attempt that, attempt this, attempt that. But I'm like, man, just take me to jail. I like, take me to jail, take me to jail. I ain't trying to talk about nothing. So they straight take me to the jail. Well, after a while, I had to wait for the wagon, get back in there. So as I'm in the bullpen though, waiting to go, I see the warrant out on the desk. So I'm sitting there thinking like, they got me for this fucking warrant. I'm like, man, what is this, man? I told you we was out terrorizing. But I'm like, man, this ain't, you know what I mean? So I get out there, they bring me out like, yeah, the wagon here, they pull me out. They got me leaning on the counter. When I'm leaning on the counter, I look down at the warrant and I start reading it. And there's 2 names on there for the victims, and I don't know them. I keep reading, see the street, the time. I'm like, man, none of this stuff adding up. The whole thing was like, like that. I'm like, yo, this ain't me. You know what I mean? I was here when, doing what? Like, what? So I'm like, man, I'm gonna beat this, because I already know it. Like, it had nothing to do with me. So I'm just heated. And I had an exchange with the officer who questioned me, or try to question me when I got shot. So his name on the paper. You know what I mean? Sure enough, I just spit in that man's face and all that when I was in there. That's another story. But his name on the paper. I'm like, oh, yo, trying some get back. So all it could have been, took me down to bookings, maybe 12 hours till you see the commissioner. You see the commissioner, then take you around the other side. You downstairs for about a day and a half almost. So, but that's how the process usually go for real. So I ain't have no violation of probation warrant. I had this robbery warrant. Robbery warrant. So she can't just slap me with the VOP right there. It take a couple weeks. So I look, no bail. They hit me with a no-brainer. So I'm already on. I'm like, man, I had the commission tell me, damn, no-brainer. So with the bail review, yeah, no-brainer, boom. So I'm heated. So we get upstairs. I get on 3 North, South 49, last one on the right. Put me in there, and I'm in there with this old head. And I can't remember his last name was Epps. His name was Epps or something like that. He was like 70, 71, 72, something like that. And he was a Muslim brother, right? So I'm in there. There's a couple niggas I knew that was in there, whatever. One of my mans was in there, but I don't want to say his name because due to some circumstances with him, immediately I said I had the perk habit for real. So I'm in there like going crazy, like, yo, I need something. So one of the working men, I was cool with the working man, and he was catching. So I had the working man I was getting, like, he was just like, for the love, for real, he was really, sent me a whole glove full of brown. We had the blue steel. We was in there smoking our cigarettes or whatever. So Epps telling me, like, we get to talk. In the first couple of days, it was just small conversation. But once we in there, I'm talking to him, and he telling me he in there for bank robbery, man. This old man, he done did. He telling me how he done, that's all he did. His old, like, bank robberies, and with his wife, and she said, if you catch another bit, he said he just did 15. If he catch another bit, she leaving him, and he was going through it, man. And it was parts where as though like my man was doing something. Yeah, man, when I come out, I'm on the phone first, and it's my little man Bo. Not that I needed him to do that, but that's just type of tip it was on. So I'm on the phone whenever eating. And you got the phone? Oh, here I come, or whatever we doing, I'm on the phone. So boom, talking on the phone. And I get all these dudes like, let me get on next. I'm letting Epps get on though, cause he don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we become cool, and we smoking in the cell, clean up together. We playing cards together. He was a good dude. So yeah, I go to bail review. Finally, another bail review. They tell me my bail $150,000. So I'm like, cool. So I'm calling, making my phone calls. Like, look, my bail $150,000. So they telling me sit tight, sit tight. My people telling me sit tight. So about 3 days later, I made that bail. So I'm gonna say I was only in there for 21 days, right? But so boom, they called my name. Yo, you made bail. Cracked my joint. Took App's number. You know, because I told him I was going to help him out on the outside. I called his people, let him know what's going on. Because he wasn't there. Like I said, he wasn't getting on the phone. He wasn't catching. He wasn't getting no commissary, nothing. Like, so I know when I left, unless his new South buddy was cool, he wasn't going to get much. He wasn't going to be able to do much. So I goes, I'm downstairs. And only thing I'm thinking in my mind, like, yo, I pray to God that the 10 ain't here. I pray to God I don't got that violation. Get downstairs, 3 in the morning, processing me out. Man, they gave my property, changed my clothes, and I was out. So I'm like, damn, the warrant ain't hit. I was so happy this warrant ain't hit. I'm walking up, and that time I'm walking up Greenmount. Bopping up Greenmount. 3 in the morning, happy as I don't know what, ready to go back home. So I get in the house, open the door. Open the door. The door's unlocked for some reason. I get upstairs in the room, and Shorty was in there with another nigga. I'm like, God damn, you had that bad of a habit that you couldn't wait. She like, oh hey, I ain't know you was I knew you was coming home. This my friend. And I'm like, look, I save all that. Grab my little stuff, hit my man, and I was out. You know what I mean? So that's the end of her. That was the end of that. The very next day, while I goes on case search, man, the warrant hit. Boom. That was God. Because if I would have posted that $150,000 bail plus the charge I caught, I had a bail plus I had a separate charge for possession of CDS from that, because I had the 2 pills. I had the CDS possession, so I had 2 bails. I had a $2,500 bail for getting caught with the pills, and then I had the $150,000 bail. Made both of them bails and was out of there right before the detainer hit. You know what I'm saying? So I lucked up by the grace of God, and that situation went through, and boom. So now I got this violation of probation warrant, and so now I'm on the run, but not so now. Over these next couple months, man, I just keep getting booked. Like, no, I'm lying to y'all. Prior to that, I was getting booked, and I had like 5 court dates coming up. So now I'm thinking in my mind, like, well, should I run or should I go to these court dates? You know what I'm saying? I end up going to all my court dates, and every time I went to my court dates, I took a little package. Every court date I go to, I'm not getting grabbed, this warrant ain't coming up. So I finally go to my last court date, and then that day I go to the court, that court date I go to, I don't bring nothing. So I'm like, man, I ain't been grabbing me, so I don't need to bring nothing. So I get in the courtroom, I have my court case. I think I got like probation. I got time served or something dumb. It was for the armed robbery. That was the one before that I got time served. For the little dope charge, but then it was the armed robbery, that case. So when I walk up to the door, I went and got the lawyer and all that, but I was knowing in my mind, like, I know I'm gonna beat this, because like, I ain't do it. So I get there for that armed robbery case charge, and I look on the door, and it's a paper telling you, like, I think this was my arraignment, something like that, my arraignment. Or, you first go, see if they're going to indict you. But they look on the thing, and it was telling, like, who got indicted and who didn't. You ain't get indicted, So they basically threw my case out, because no witnesses, no nothing. It was just the inconvenience me. So that was the end of that, you know what I mean? And so I go in the courtroom, I come back out the courtroom, and sure enough, I look and see this big cocky white officer. He had a paper in his hand. He walked in, he looked at me, he turned around and walked out. So I'm like, come on, tell him my baby mother, come on, let's go. So we leaving out. And as soon as we get out the door, they got this dude on the wall with the cuffs on him. So they like, I'm trying to slip past him, throw the hood on, come on, we walking past, so they like, hey. So one of them come running up to me, grab me, hold the paper up to my face and look. He like, yeah, this him right here. He like, let him go. The whole time they had some other dude in the hallway with the cuffs on, ready to lock him up, thinking he was me. He had the beard and all that. So he like, man, I told you I ain't do nothing. So the police, like, I'm like, damn, what's up? They like, yeah, you got violation probation warrant, man, but you a direct intake. Don't worry about it, you out of bail already. $25,000. Straight look at her, you hear that? $25 gonna make that happen. She run right out the courtroom just like that. Man, so that was a crazy story. So I'm down there, went through the process again with direct intake, so I straight went to the back room where you get the jumper, where you sit in the little chair and they're sitting in the little metal detector chair, put the yellow jump back on. I'm like, damn, but just here. But she bailed me out. She paid my bail. Bail came through like 1 in the morning, and the court date was like 10. So I was there from 10 to 1 in the morning. She was right outside to pick me up, and that was behind me. I got out of there for that. I ended up going to court for the violation of probation warrant. They threw it out because I beat the armed robbery case. As a matter of fact, she took me off probation. So I was blessed for that one, man. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, anything. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for everything, man. Y'all, like, without y'all, this wouldn't even be happening. I really appreciate y'all, man. It's your host, man. Well, at @1_Randy. Sorry for the mumbling. Y'all can call me Lil Bo. Thank y'all for helping me organize this chaos, man. Salute.
Nigga that faces me, I said my son the savage. Wait till they replace me. Bitch nigga like you, what I would hate.